Okay, this is Algebra 1, Day 8, page 25. And we're looking at, given circumference and area, we have to find the radius of a circle. So we'll look at this first group here. In the first group, first four problems, we're given the circumference, and we have to find the radius. Now, here's the formula we'll work with. The circumference of a circle is equal to 2 pi r. We'll take that formula, we'll plug this in for c, and then we will find r. We get down here to these four right here. We're given area in each one. So we'll plug that in for area, each one of those, and then we'll solve for r. So I'm going to do a couple of these. You should write these formulas down. You should have them memorized. If you don't already, that's fine. Something you should work on. Nope. Let's go back. I need a note that's blank. Here we go. So we're going to start here. And these are some of the problems we're working on. And we're going to start with the first one, number 4. And number 5, 6, and 7 is just like number 4. So here's number 4. Circumference equals 36 pi centimeters. That's a distance. It's centimeters. It's not centimeters squared. It's not cubed. It's just centimeters. It means the distance around a circle. It's like how far it is from here all the way around to here. It's a distance. Okay, that's circumference. And the formula for circumference is two times pi times radius. And here's the radius. Radius is from the center of the circle to the circle. So in this formula, in this picture here, we have a circle. The green line is the diameter. The pink line is the radius. So halfway across is the radius. If you go through the center, all the way across is the diameter. So we're going to use our formula right here. Circumference equals 2 pi r. So we're going to use circumference equals 2 pi r. We're going to plug in what we know. C is 36 pi. So we're going to take out this c and we're going to put in 36 pi. So I have 36 pi equals 2 pi r. Now they want us to find the radius. They want us to find this right here. That means we got to get rid of this 2 pi. When you have 2 next to pi next to r, that really means 2 times pi times radius. And to get rid of that 2 pi, since they're both, the 2 and the pi, since they're both multiplied, you can get rid of them by dividing it and they will cancel. So that's what we're going to do. We do the opposite. So we got to find r. So we're going to divide both sides by 2 pi. Over here on the right, the 2 pi's cancel. 2 pi divided by 2 pi is 1. 1 times r is r. And then we have the pi's cancel here. 36 divided by 2 is 18. Our measurements are centimeters. So this radius of this circle over here is 18 centimeters. That's on number 4. Problem 4. Given this right here, we can find the radius by plugging that in for c. So that's all we did. We plugged in this right here for c. So we took this out. Here it is right here. 36 pi equals 2 pi r. Now we're going to do 8. Given area, and I'm going to delete all this, you can go back and rewind it if you need to. All right, so here we go, area. So again, we have a circle. Oops, undo. Not a very good circle. There we go, there's a circle. Now we're trying to find the area. Oops, undo. And the area is the coverage of the inside. An area is always in square units. We're trying to find out what, like if we were going to cover this in seed or paint or anything that's just going to lay on top of it, we're just trying to find the area of that. Well, there's a formula. Area of a circle equals pi times radius squared. So on number 8, we're given that area equals 121 pi centimeters squared, because area is always in square units. We're going to use our formula. Area of a circle equals pi r squared. We got to find this r right here. So to find that r, there's two things we got to get rid of. Got to get rid of this pi, which is a multiplied pi, and we got to get rid of this square. Order matters. We got to get rid of the pi first. Since it's a multiplied pi, we got to divide it by pi, but let's set up our equation. The area is, which AC, 121 pi equals pi r squared. Now what we want to do is start getting rid of things so that we can isolate the r. We want the r to be isolated by itself. And so again, there's two things we got to get rid of. We got to get rid of that, and we got to get rid of that. We'll get rid of the pi first by dividing it over. You'll notice this pi cancels with this pi. This pi cancels with this pi. And you end up with 121 equals r squared. Well, now we got to get rid of this square. How do we undo squaring? Now we can undo multiply by divide. To undo squaring, you take the square root of both sides. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take the square root of both sides. On the right over here, this radical and this 2 cancel each other. They just go away. And that leaves r, and that's what we want. We're trying to find r. On the left side, you should know that the square root of 121 equals 11. You know your squares. You know the square root of 100 equals 10. You know the square root of 36 equals 6. You know the square root of 144 equals 12. You know the square root of 169 equals 13. So we're going backwards from squares, so we're finding the roots. And so root 121 is 11. So the radius of this circle from the center to the outside, draw it anywhere you want. It can be anywhere on this circle. It could be there, it could be here, but the distance is the same. It's 11, and it's a distance, so it's going to be centimeters. Okay, so the answer is 11 centimeters. It's a distance from the center of the circle to the circle, and that is how you find the radius given area. So it's important you understand each of those concepts. Find radius given circumference and find radius given area, and that's all there is to it. If you have questions about this, go back, rewind it, watch it again, see how we do it. But you should now these are calculator problems. Look, those aren't nice numbers. Kind of ugly. 1024 might be, and this one might be, but use your calculator. Undoubtedly, your pi's are just going to cancel out, so you should be left with a number on every one of those, and that's how you do radius, finding radius given circumference or area. Now over here, let's go down and look at this. They want us to find the area of the shaded region. That's this area right here. Common sense. Use your common sense. Well, let's say we wanted all of it. That would be a circle. An area of a circle is pi r squared. But we're going to have to subtract out this part right here. We got to subtract out this square because that's kind of like a hole in the middle. It's a square hole, but it's a hole. So we got to subtract that out. So what we're going to do here, we're just using formulas right now. Area of the circle is pi r squared minus area, whoops, let's get this. Area of a square equals side squared. So we're going to take the area of the circle minus the area of the square. And so the area of the square is easy. The circle's different. So here's what I got. Here's the area of the circle minus the area of the square. The circle is pi r squared. What is r? Well, we know if you have a circle all the way across here is 12. We don't want to know all the way. That's diameter. We only want to know how far it is to the center, which is halfway. Well, we know this. If it's 12 all the way over there, then halfway is going to be 6. So we can do that. We know that 6 is, whoops, undo. We know that 6 is the radius. Now the square is just side squared, and the side is 4, so that's 4 squared. So what we end up with is we have 30, we square this right here, 36 pi minus 16. So you're going to use your calculator. You're going to take 36 times 3.14, and then you're going to subtract 16, and that's going to be the area of the circle minus, it's going to be the area of the shaded part, which is the area of the circle minus the area of the square. So basically we have a circle here that's shaded except for that square in the middle. So we got to take the area of that entire circle and subtract the area of that square in the middle. 13 you should be able to figure out. I'll give you a hint on 13. This is 16. That means this is 16. So you just need to be able to find the area of this circle here. To find the area of a circle, you only need to know one thing. Radius. That's all you need to know. So you should be able to find the radius of that little b circle. Here, common sense says you've got a big circle, and we want to know the area of this little piece right here. Well, find the area of the circle, and that's about 1/4 of it. So you're going to divide it by 4. That's all you're going to do. Find the area of the big thing, the great big circle, divide by 4, and you get that piece right there. So that's how you do those. And that's page number 25. How to do all those on page 25.